Okay, we are over here. We're on the east side of the house. We're on the north side of the gate on this way. We're going to go around counterclockwise. Most times I try to go around counterclockwise. See these little rust stains in here and that little patch? Okay, that tells us that this is a tension cable slab. Okay, so there's several different types of tension cable slabs, and I can't determine if this is one that has piers under it or not. But we do know at a minimum we have a tension cable slab. So, and those are very strong and pretty much expected in construction today. We have continuous soffits, soffit vents. And then over this kick out, this is the breakfast area. Screens are starting to show, it's 10 years old. They're starting to show some signs of their wear. But where this window frame comes out, this fenestration, French for hole. But anyway, there's supposed to be Z-bar flashing up there, and there isn't. There isn't. This is the exterior yard, and for some reason we have a underground water going somewhere. I'm not sure what that's about. I can hear water. I know it's running. I know we have a faucet over here. Oh, I got a clue. We're moving on around the corner. Coming on along. Windows, double pane vinyl frame. For the most part, I saw something on my way over here to get started, but for the most part, I mean, there's a little bit of separation in the sealant right in here. And here's the other faucet, so we could go, something was designed for this patio. I'm not sure what they were doing. Oh, a mister. Oh, okay. Alright, that's fancy. We got us a mister. Lawn sprinkler head shouldn't be closer to the structure than 12 inches. This pergola, if you want to, actually it's a covered patio. I think I heard the word pergola somewhere, but this is really not a pergola because it's covered. But these stands, these posts, they shouldn't be in direct contact with the ground. There should be metal stands underneath the post. Metal stands to keep water from wicking up. It'll take it a while. I don't have stands in my house. I'm on my second patio cover. In 25 years. I replaced it last year. So, but you're supposed to have stands underneath there to keep water from wicking up. It's bolted up pretty good. Spacing is nice. I'm just having trouble finding something to complain about. Maybe I can go upstairs and find something to complain about. And I can talk about the stands. This is a door going in the breakfast area. We're on the patio here. I noticed something over here. So, not yet, but you get over here. Closer to the master bedroom, north wall. And look what we got. We got drill holes. And drill holes, I said this in the other video, I believe it's the electric video. There's only one reason for drill holes like that. Only one. And it looks like they came back, actually. They might have had to treat this twice. But at the same time or something, because you look at this style. But the only reason for these holes is that's a subterranean termite treatment. There's the only one reason to drill holes in a house like that. And if they drill holes in a house like this, and they do this after it was built, that's usually a reaction. Meaning that we had, most likely, most people don't wake up and say, hey, what are you doing today, honey? I don't know. Let's get one of those $1,000 termite treatments. Then people just don't do that. They're usually reacting like, oh my God, we got termites, and so then this happens. So if you see treatment, it's reasonable to assume that you had activity. And if you got activity, it's reasonable to assume that there's going to be some kind of wood damage in the wall. My house has been treated 3 times at least, that I know of. 3 times. There's some wood damage. If it's severe, then it gets taken out and replaced. But in a lot of cases with termite treatment, it's deemed, because residential construction has redundancy baked into it, a lot of times it's deemed unnecessary and they just patch the walls. They just patched the walls. There's no reason to assume that somebody was inside this wall and they took out boards, replaced them. They might have. They might have. I can't say. Coming over along here, fences are beyond the scope of this inspection. If you build a fence perfect, it'll last about 14 years. It might last longer. Now, if you just come up here with Jake leg and, you know, tree house it together and not build it perfect, they last about 14 years. It's the wood. It's the wood. It's the materials. And again, you might get 16 years out of it. You might get 17 years out of it. But 14's about what you got. 14's about what you got. This irrigation box is for the lawn sprinkler system. It's kind of a low spot in the yard here. It's kind of an oversized box. I was wondering maybe it was a pump or something, and it's not. It's not. It's just for the lawn sprinkler system. There's nothing exotic or unique going on in there. Back to the windows, we're getting a little bit of separation between the sealant and the frames. That's pretty much typical. I mean, you don't want it. You say, "Yay, I got cracks in my sealant." That's not. It's not what you do. Not what you do. You see this pest control? This was when the home was built, and that's not a termite treatment. That is a common pest treatment. So even though they had this, it didn't prevent them from having this. We got some storage. Some of our visuals are limited here. Soffit vents, still looking. These are called control joints. I mean, some people call them expansion joints. Call it what you will. But those are supposed to be here because we have all this brick. And it's like the lines in the street. They expect the street to move. They don't want the street cracking up. We expect the walls to move. We don't want the walls cracking up. So we have these expansion joints, control joints. We have these. So every once in a while, the sealant needs to be checked. The sealant will dry. It'll shrink. Like around the windows we were just looking at. It'll do it. It'll do that same thing. We got drill holes continuing all along here. And they continue to the garage. These are the condensing units. We got a whole video for that. A short one. A short one. Coils are dirty. Got a little better video for the water heater. I think. I can't remember what I can, added to it. Satellite dishes should not be installed on the ceilings, on roofs, directly to the roof covering. And there's your rain freeze sensor, and that should be sitting up nice and pretty and straight. You don't ever want to get it crooked. You can't act right if you let it get crooked. When I did the water heater, I think I did the gas. Really nothing remarkable about this. Wood mulch underneath the drip line, that's conducive to wood destroying insects by design. By design. This is where I got the water at the front. It does not have a vacuum breaker. Driveways and sidewalks are beyond the scope of this inspection, but there they are. There they are. This window, like the first window at the beginning of this video, the kitchen window, this window does not have Z-bar flashing over it. This window, is that one weep hole I'm seeing? 2 weep holes? Okay, you got weep holes. Again, wood mulch. That's next to the house. Nothing that we got over here. Right up in here, in this little cornice detail. In the sun. Right up in there, I got a little bit of wood rot. And then right up here in this corner, right up in that corner right there, the drip edge flashing does not appear to be lapped a minimum of 2 inches. In another video, it was the water meter video. Water meter, check valve. These should be stapled every 12 inches. And that's a lot of peat moss just piled in there. Wood mulch makes that structure conducive. Got a little bit of crack in the mortar right in there. A little bit of separation in the window frames again. Loopholes. That's a better crack. I mean, not really better. But as long as I'm, chasing them, as long as I'm looking for them. Look at that whammer jammer. Right there. See that crack going through the mortar around the stones? I see it. It goes all the way up to the windowsill. You see a little gap in the window ledge up there. You might want to get that sealed. The windows too. I mean, that's routine maintenance. This, I guess you could call it routine maintenance. We got some more cracks that are continuing over here. Moving on along, rain gutters. Discharging water too close to the structure. If you put a pipe out here, as long as it should be, then the lawnmower is going to be hitting it, people are stepping on it, it's going to be a nuisance. It's going to be a nuisance. How do you deal with that? Well, you take them underground and then they come out over here somewhere. It costs a little more. The builder should have brought that. Should have been an option. I don't know, but it should have been an option to do it right. Because there's really not a way to do it right and keep it above grade. You can. I see rain gutters extend out, and that would be correct. And then the lawn guys would be stepping on it, and you'd be tripping on it. So, all roads lead to Rome. Coming on along. See that little... We got one on the other side. But see that little pipe coming out of the soffit right up there? That's your emergency drain line for your air conditioning system. That's what it is. And that being what it is, okay, if water's coming out of that, it's over a window on purpose. So if you see water, you know you've got a problem. It's orientated in that way for a purpose. Looking over here, we got some more separations in the windows. I thought I saw some more stair-step cracks. That's what I was coming over here for. I was coming over here to get my cracks. Look what we got here. We got exposed tension in. Exposed tension in. That should be sealed. That's a tension cable, exposed tension end. That should have been sealed. That's what I got. Let me just march on around here. Do a recap. We need some stands. We got some drill holes, windows. This is for the fireplace. This is for the fireplace, and this is hot because it is. And yes, it can be there. It can be under this. It can be just like that. It didn't seem like it should be to me. But after a while, I've come to find out, I did a little research, and that's perfectly acceptable. So there's that. Now there's a strange vent. I say strange because it's peculiar to me. In the master bathroom. And then we have this vent, and it just is clogged. I don't know what that is. But whatever it is, I'm pretty sure... Whatever that is, I'm pretty sure that it's not supposed to be clogged. So apparently some fan has been doing his job. And this is your neighbor on the west. Just so that you know, you're moving next door to a swimming pool. That's not what I do. I'm not a nosy body.